Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.
Trinity's defiant act of war drew the warlock's mental attacks, which she fiercely resisted. Within the Bone Temple, she unearthed the truth of her creation, just as Rhys felt an undeniable pull towards her. Crashing the warlock's twisted celebration, Trinity unleashed her raw power as the Veil Between Worlds tore. The ghosts of the first warlocks, victims of the very magic the current warlocks wielded, emerged and knelt before her. Rhys witnessed Trinity's ascent, recognizing their new role, her army. But with this newfound power and spectral allegiance, what destiny awaits Trinity? And what future battles will Rhys and the rebels face as her army in this transformed world? Trinity walked into the heart of the cracked spirit realm, where echoes of the warlock's oldest council lingered. 7 ghostly figures hovered around her, their robes stitched with starlight and blood. "You tore the veil," said the eldest. "You bring unrest. I bring justice," she replied. They showed her visions, warlocks sacrificing children, rewriting bloodlines, enslaving spirits. She saw her own blood being passed hand to hand like a relic. "You are the last key," said one. "If you open the next gate, magic itself could unravel." Trinity stared at her palms, then let it. Far away, Rhys crossed into the Ashlands, guided by the scent of burnt spirit magic. He found the remains of a ruined village and a child who clutched a single message burned into bark. "The veil is breaking. Trinity lives." Rhys closed his eyes and whispered, "I'm coming." In a hidden warlock armory, Trinity discovered relics forged from bone, blood, and soul, items created by the warlocks to suppress rebellion. She didn't destroy them, she repurposed them. "I'll use your tools against you," she told the bonesmith spirits, who watched her work in silent awe. When she emerged, she wore a crown of iron thorns and armor laced with runes of resistance. She was no longer running, she was marching to war. Rhys's group was ambushed near the canyon gates by warlocks wearing black veils. They whispered her name like a curse, but Rhys fought like a man who had seen the end and come back. He tore through them with tooth and flame, shouting, "She's not your prophecy anymore. She's mine." Trinity returned to the archive with her rebels. This time, they weren't searching. They were carving names. Every lost child, every erased soul, every twisted experiment. They engraved them into the warlock's own walls. "This is the truth they tried to bury," Trinity said, her voice cracking. As they finished the list, Alara found one name none of them recognized. Caelan Dross. Cale went still. "My brother." The silence that followed was the loudest sound Trinity had ever heard. Rhys entered a temple where the floor was cracked by spirit fire. At its center, a statue of a girl with a crown of thorns. Not a goddess, a warning. "She's becoming legend," Juniper whispered. "No," Rhys said, jaw tight. "She's becoming herself." As twilight fell, Trinity felt her power dip, her connection to the veil weakening. "The hollow hour," whispered Alara, "a curse left behind by the elders. During this hour, your soul is exposed." Trinity staggered. Memories poured out, not just hers, Cale's, Juniper's, even Rhys's. She saw him crying as a boy, alone, caged, forgotten. And then, she felt him, awake, breathing, near. "Rhys," she whispered. Rhys jerked upright in his tent, gasping. "She said my name." He ran into the darkness, following an instinct stronger than any spell. The hollow hour passed, but its bridge between them remained. At the edge of the spirit divide, where the rivers flowed in reverse and gravity cracked, Trinity made camp. It was here, legend said, that magic was first broken. The warlocks would arrive by dawn. Trinity stood beneath the warped sky and said to her rebels, "No more hiding, no more mercy. Tonight, we write the final verse." She placed her hand on the earth, and it rose to meet her like a beast waking from slumber. Rhys reached the divide just before dusk. He saw the firelight, heard the chants. He saw her, crowned, glowing, unbroken. She turned, sensing him. Their eyes met across the divide. Not a reunion, a beginning. The air crackled with anticipation. The final verse was about to be written, not in hushed whispers in hidden archives, but in the roar of battle on a broken landscape. The clash between the old order and the rising tide of justice was inevitable. Had Trinity, in her quest for justice, unleashed something far more dangerous than the warlocks themselves? Would Rhys reach her side before the ancient darkness consumed them all? And what was the true meaning of the girl with the crown of thorns? A warning or a harbinger of something far more terrifying?
Hey, I am Trinity. Want to know what happens next? Then click the link in the description below and download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.
Trinity shattered the veil, seeking justice for warlock atrocities revealed in ghostly visions. Guided by a message, Rhys journeyed to find her. Trinity repurposed warlock relics into tools of rebellion, becoming a crowned warrior. Rhys fought fiercely against warlocks who cursed her name, declaring her his own. In the Warlock Archive, they inscribed the names of the lost, uncovering a painful connection for Kael, his brother, Kael'Andros. Rhys found a statue of Trinity, not as a goddess, but a warning. During the Hollow Hour, their minds connected, drawing Rhys to her. At the Spirit Divide, as the warlocks approached, Trinity rallied her rebels for a final stand. Across the divide, their eyes met. A beginning, not a reunion. As dawn breaks, what will the warlocks bring? And can their bond withstand the coming war for the fate of magic itself? The wind howled through the cliffs of the hollow peaks as Trinity descended deeper into the warlock's sanctum, alone. She had told the others she was captured, but the truth was far more complicated. She had surrendered. It was the only way to get inside. The warlocks had taken her to the Vault of Whispers, where the walls themselves murmured ancient truths. In silence, Trinity followed the High Priestess into the chamber, where the veil between memory and magic was thinnest. There, they performed the rite of unsealing. Pain, light, 1,000 voices, and then, a name. Not Trinity, Seraphine. She collapsed, and the memories were no longer someone else's. They were hers. Rhys jolted awake. He sat by the fire, heart pounding. Another dream. No, not a dream. A memory. But it wasn't his. He'd seen Trinity in white robes, younger, standing in a temple carved from moonstone. Her name was different. Her eyes were the same. Juniper watched him warily. That's the third night you've had visions. Rhys, these aren't just dreams, are they? He didn't answer, because he saw the warlocks there too, in the past, and Trinity was not their prisoner. She was their prophet. Trinity, or Seraphine, stood before the grand mirror. It shimmered, revealing the first life she had lived, before the wolves, before the resistance. She had been the chosen oracle of the warlocks. She had seen their fall and betrayed them, and in punishment, they had sealed her memories, wiped her identity, and exiled her soul into a new life. Her life as Trinity. Why show me this now? She asked the High Priestess. Because it is time for you to choose who you truly are. Trinity clenched her fists. Then I choose both. Rhys and Vincent traveled to an old monastery in the far north where an ancient seer was said to live, one who could read time's wounds. The seer was blind. You've touched something forbidden, Wolf. The threads of another's life now not with yours. Rhys showed her the symbol he kept drawing unconsciously, the same one burned into his dream. The seer recoiled, the mark of the twice-born. She handed him a map. Find the Veil of Seraphine. The answers lie buried there, but beware. She may not want to be found, not as she is now. Back in the sanctum, Trinity began to change. Her power surged, growing wild, ancient, uncontrollable. She heard voices, not from outside, but from within. They were her, each version of herself, each rebirth, each betrayal. Elara, who had secretly followed her in defiance of orders, found her mid-transformation. Trinity floated above the altar, eyes glowing. You shouldn't have come, Trinity whispered, her voice doubled. I'm not just me anymore. The chamber cracked. Symbols on the walls burst into flame, and Seraphine awoke fully for the first time in centuries. The war has changed, and so has Trinity. Rhys must find her before the woman he loves is lost to the past and to herself. The woman Rhys loved, the fierce and independent Trinity, was gone, replaced by an oracle of immense and terrifying power. Her allegiances fractured across time itself. Miles away, clutching the seer's map, Rhys and Vincent raced towards the Veil of Seraphine, unaware of the seismic shift that had already occurred. Would Rhys reach her in time? Could he possibly pull her back from the precipice of her past? Or was Trinity lost forever, swallowed by the resurgence of Seraphine? And what did it mean that the war had changed?
Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.